This is TailSpin, one of two 2021 April Fool's events for War Thunder. The name TailSpin is a reference to a Disney cartoon of the same name, which aired a single season in the early 1990s and featured some of the animal characters from the movie The Jungle Book. Now, while referencing this cartoon, the event does have some differences with a few unique aircraft designs and a rather interesting map on which the battles are fought. By the time of making this video, I have essentially finished the event. I took the time to unlock all of the rewards and unlock all of the unlockable aircraft that can be used in this game mode. Firstly, the rewards: a decal, 2 profile icons, and a title. The TailSpin decal can be received by players that have gained 5 kills or assists in the game mode. You then have the fox and the bear profile icons that are given for 100 and 150 respectively, though it is worth noting that these will change to human characters after the event has concluded. The title Sky Pirate is the final and highest reward that can be gained in this event, and can be received after the player reaches 300 kills or assists in the TailSpin mode. So those are the rewards for this event. Now for the aircraft that you can earn and fly in this game mode. All players start out with the Nimble, a fairly simple float-plane fighter aircraft with a pair of 12.7mm machine guns and decent maneuverability. Now, I'm not sure about anyone else, but when I saw this design I was certainly reminded of the film Porco Rosso and the aircraft flown by Curtis in that movie, of which the Nimble looks remarkably similar to. The first unlockable aircraft is the Wind Screech, essentially an F2A Buffalo with an extra engine bolted onto the rudder. This aircraft retains 2 12.7mm machine guns and is fairly maneuverable. The Wind Screech is unlocked by players for getting 10 kills or assists. The next 2 unlockable aircraft are both very clearly kit-bashed I-16s, with the first, the Bumblebee, being an I-16 float plane with a biplane configuration, and the latter Hornet being an I-16 float plane with a triplane configuration. These are unlocked for 25 and 50 kills and assists respectively. Now, these 2 versions are largely in common with each other. Both have a main armament of 2 12.7s with additional 7.62mm machine guns, of which the Bumblebee has 4 and the Hornet has 6. These aircraft can also carry bombs and rockets for attacking the enemy Zeppelin. Both can take up to 2 bombs, but the Hornet can actually take more of the rockets due to its additional wing pylon space thanks to that 3rd wing. Overall, these 2 had to be my favourite aircraft to play during this event due to their interesting design, reliable guns, and brilliant maneuverability. For 85 kills and assists, you can get yourself the Red Goose. This is the Russian MBR float plane with an extra engine, some extra propellers, and 2 20mm rotary cannons. Now, while this has a nice amount of firepower, you should be careful as the Red Goose has a fairly large profile that will make it a prime target for enemy fighters. Although you do have a pair of 7.62mm machine guns in defensive placements that can sometimes help when an enemy is on your 6. Next up, we have the Tornado, which is clearly a modification of the P-47 Thunderbolt. This vehicle is unlocked for 130 kills and assists, and is armed with 2 20mm cannons and 2 12.7s. Good armament, although as would be expected for a P-47-like design, the Tornado is less maneuverable than most other fighters in this mode, and also presents a fairly large target for enemy guns, although I did find that usually you have enough speed to extend away from most of the lower fighters before coming back for a boom and zoom attack run. The final fighter design to be unlocked is the Panthera, which is unlocked for 185 kills or assists. With 4 20mm cannons, it has no issue killing enemy aircraft, and is also the fastest available aircraft in this event. However, while many other designs excel in a dogfight, this is not the case for the Panthera, which has much worse maneuverability than any other fighter in this mode, so you should do your best to avoid dogfights. The aircraft though certainly looks quite nice, although personally I did not enjoy playing it all that much. The final aircraft is unlocked for 250 kills or assists, and it is the Sly Duck. The aircraft model is clearly based on the P-61 Black Widow, although modified to be a float plane. This design is a reference to the main character's aircraft from the TailSpin TV show. The Sly Duck is reasonably armed with a quad 7.62mm machine gun upper turret, in addition to two 20mm cannons and two 12.7mm machine guns in the nose. It also has pretty good maneuverability when considering its size. Overall, a good final unlockable aircraft, and a nice reference to the event's namesake. So now that we've gone over the rewards and the vehicles of this event, let's go over how it works and what I thought of it. Firstly, the gameplay itself is pretty simple, not much to it. The game mode is played with arcade settings, so you will be getting a lead indicator and will be able to keep spawning as long as you have vehicles to spawn in. Your basic objective is to either kill all the enemy aircraft or destroy the enemy Zeppelin or Blimp. Now, do one of these and you'll win the game, basically. Generally, these games are quite fast-paced, both due to the small size of the map and the crazy maneuverability and energy retention that these aircraft have. I found that this makes dogfighting extremely fun and quite exciting. Now, the map that this event is played on also greatly lends to this excitement, thanks to the floating islands that inhabit most of the area. You will usually find yourself fighting in and around these, which can certainly put players' situational awareness to the test. Now, this map also applies an anime-like effect to all vehicles. In fact, even in a custom version of the map that I used for a custom game, this effect was applied to standard vehicles, which I did find rather cool, and I really would like it if this becomes a post-FX setting in the future. Now, I can't stress enough how well this effect is done. I think it really rounds off this game mode, this event, quite well, and it really lends itself nicely to the fast-paced game mode, making it feel much more vibrant and exciting. Now, personally, I think this is one of the better April Fool's events that we've been given over the past few years. This is something just fun and colourful, and that really is all you need for an April Fool's event. Personally, I didn't really enjoy this year's Warfare 2077 event all that much. I felt it was a bit too serious as an April Fool's event, and in my opinion, an April Fool's event should be just like this TailSpin event, something just silly, where you can dive in and just have some dumb fun. Nonetheless, though, I think that pretty much sums up my thoughts on this event. I certainly enjoyed it way more than I was expecting. When I saw the initial posters for it, when they initially did the April Fool's update, I didn't think much of it, but after playing it, it was really fun, fast-paced, and very colourful, and you know, I just found myself enjoying it. So overall, the event is still up at the time of uploading this video, so go give it a go if you haven't already. And that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.